Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most pivotal episodes of the Better Call Saul universe. We're looking at Season 1, Episode 10, titled Marco. This is the episode where we finally get to see what Jimmy McGill was like before the suits, before the law firm, and before the heavy, complicated world of Albuquerque. If you remember the previous episodes, Jimmy was at a breaking point. He's been trying to play the straight game, following the rules, and frankly, he's tired. In this episode, we see a side of Jimmy we haven't really seen since the early flashbacks. He's going back to his roots. So, grab some popcorn, sit back, and let's get straight to the story. But before we dive in, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows. Let's get into it. We pick up right after the events of the season finale setup. Jimmy has left everything behind. He's packed his bags, and he's heading back to his hometown, Cicero, Illinois. You can see the change in his posture immediately. He's no longer the guy trying to fit into a corporate box. He's looser, he's smiling, and he's clearly looking for an escape. He arrives in the familiar, slightly grimy streets of Cicero. This isn't the shiny office life he was chasing. This is home, and the first thing he does, he heads to the local bar where he used to hold court. The atmosphere here is completely different from the sterile environments we've seen him in lately. It's warm, it's noisy, and it smells like stale beer and nostalgia. He walks in, and he isn't Jimmy McGill, the associate attorney. He is, and always will be, Slippin Jimmy. He's looking for one person in particular, Marco. They haven't seen each other in a long time, but the moment they lock eyes, it's like they were never apart. The banter starts immediately, and you can tell Jimmy feels seen for the first time in ages. He isn't being judged here. He's just back with his best friend. Now, if you know anything about the history of these two, you know they didn't exactly spend their time discussing fine art. They were the kings of the con, and it doesn't take long for old habits to kick in. Jimmy and Marco spend days just drifting through the bars, pulling off these classic low-stakes scams that they perfected years ago. They aren't trying to change the world. They're just trying to make a few bucks and have a laugh while doing it. Think about the dynamic. It's pure, unfiltered chaos. There's the Rolex watch scam, a classic. You have Jimmy playing the part of a naive traveler with a valuable item, and Marco playing the mark. It's like watching a dance. They know exactly how the other person moves, how they talk, and when they're about to pull the rug out from under someone. During these scenes, Jimmy looks genuinely happy. It's a bit heartbreaking, actually, because you realize that the straight life he's been forcing himself to live is making him miserable. Here, amidst the scams, the trickery, and the bad bar food, he's alive. He's funny, he's charming, and he's completely in his element. They talk about the old days, they recount their greatest hits of scams gone by, and for a while, the pressure of the law, the pressure of his brother, and the pressure of his career just evaporates. As the days turn into a week, the reality of his situation starts to poke through the surface. He's supposed to be back in Albuquerque, dealing with the fallout of his choices, but he's avoiding the phone calls. He's stalling. Every time he looks at his phone, you can see that flicker of anxiety, that realization that he can't run away from his problems forever. He's at a crossroads. On one side, you have the life in Cicero, where he's just a guy, a scammer, a friend. It's simple, it's comfortable, and it's devoid of the heavy expectations of his legal career. On the other side, there's the life he spent so much energy trying to build. He's torn. He tells Marco he's going to leave, but he keeps finding reasons to stay. Just one more day, just one more game. He's trying to hold on to the version of himself that doesn't have to carry the weight of his family name or his professional ambitions. He's essentially hitting the pause button on his life. It's a masterclass in character writing, showing how a person can be caught between who they want to be and who they are expected to be. And in the middle of these scams, he's testing out that old identity one more time, maybe to see if it still fits, or maybe just to see if he can still feel something other than frustration. What really stands out in this middle portion of the episode is the friendship. It's not just about the scams, it's about the bond. Marco's the only one who really knows Jim. He doesn't hold him to the standards of the legal world. He just appreciates him for the quick-witted, slightly crooked guy he's always been. It's almost a relief to watch. We've spent the entire season watching Jimmy try to climb this massive mountain, only to keep getting pushed back down. Now, he's at the bottom, and he realizes the bottom isn't so bad. It's got music, it's got friends, and it's got no rules. But as the viewer, you're sitting there thinking, how long can this really last? Because we know the trajectory of this story. We know that Jimmy can't stay in Cicero forever. He's a guy with ambition, even if that ambition has been warped. But for now, he's just savoring the moment, the freedom, and the ability to just be himself, completely unapologetic. Conclusion and setup for next time. As we near the end of this stretch, the atmosphere shifts slightly. The fun is still there, but the underlying tension of his real life is starting to catch up with him. He's reached the point where he has to make a choice. Will he return to the life that promised him so much but gave him nothing but heartbreak? Or will he lean into the persona of Slippin Jimmy permanently? This episode, Marco, is a brilliant pivot point. It's a look at the ghost of his past, the temptation of his comfort zone, and the inevitable pull of his future. Thanks for joining me in this breakdown of the first part of the episode. It's a character study in the best way possible. Make sure to catch the rest of the season to see how this journey culminates. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for more analysis, and I'll see you in the next one.